the Arab women, they were allowed to take them in their right hand and possess them in their right hand.
Yeah, so there is something in Islam called milk al-yamin. Milk al-yamin in Islam is right hand position. Now, there's a huge difference, and this is what Islamophobes try to do. They try to compare slavery to Islam, milk al-yamin. They try to say that these two things are the same thing. Now, can you define for me what slavery is?
Slavery is forcing somebody into work with no compensation and no benefit towards them.
Okay, excellent. And they have no freedom to escape as well. If this is the definition of slavery, then this does not exist in Islam. Milk al-yamin are captives of war. People who are taken in war when you're fighting against another army. The women that came with the army. So it's not like Muslims can defeat an army and then go into the city and take the women. That's not the case. But not only the women, also the men. So milk al-yamin can be a man or a woman. It's not just women as well. Unlike slavery, you cannot take a free person and make him a servant. In fact, the Prophet he said to us, Allah is the enemy of three people. And one of them is a person who takes a free person and he sells it as a slave. That's completely prohibited in Islam. The only way that can happen is in war. People who are coming to fight in war, they will come in to kill you. And one of the options that can be done is milk al-yamin. And if that option is done, they are captives of war. So there are certain duties and jobs that they need to do. So they will work, they will serve whoever that person that is taken. But in return, the Prophet ﷺ said, he said that you have to feed them from the same food that you eat. You have to clothe them from the same clothing that you wear. You cannot overburden them in work. If you overburden them in work, then you have to help them in the work. Okay? And the Prophet ﷺ, he said you cannot hit them. In fact, if you hit them, you have to let them go free. They're no longer your milk al-yamin. It's not like slavery, Atlantic slavery, and beating slaves and all of that. There's no such thing, right? And they can go free by ransoming themselves. So what they can do is they can go to a judge and give an amount of money. There's something called mukataba, and they say to the judge, I want to go free. And they give him that amount of money, and then they go free. Also, this idea of milk al-yamin is not inherited. Not like slavery. If a father is a slave, has a son, the son is also a slave. No, in Islam, milk al-yamin is not inherited to the next generation. It's just that person, because that next generation is not responsible.